They save lives and help people heal, but an NBC Action News investigation found some nurses also fear for their safety.
Investigator Ryan Cass spent weeks working to uncover violence inside Kansas City area hospitals. Ryan?
Mark, it's an issue hidden from the public, but you're about to hear firsthand accounts of nurses attacked by the patients they're paid to take care of. And tonight we're asking if hospitals are doing enough to stop it.
The ER is a place where we think of lives being saved, not where people fear for their lives.
There are nights it's an impossible job.
And Gina Kelly, a nurse of almost 30 years, will tell you there are nights when it's also dangerous.
Honey, I've been kicked, slapped, choked, kicked, punched across the room.
Kelly is a labor and delivery nurse at Research Medical Center in Kansas City. Experts tell us more people with high stress, substance abuse, or mental health disorders are showing up at hospitals, and nurses are on the front line when a patient snaps.
I have people throw brass knuckles on the table in front of me out of their purse. They've got open alcohol bottles in their purses. I have family members come in plastered or high.
We wanted to see how often nurses are being confronted with violence. So we searched through crime reports at Kansas City area hospitals. At North Kansas City, a nurse told police a patient hit her hard enough to, quote, knock the breath out of her and cause pain to her chest. At Research Medical Center, a man confronted a nurse in the hallway and yelled, quote, "You killed my mother. You gave her blood too fast," before punching him in the stomach. And at Centerpoint Medical Center, a patient pushed a nurse into a door, injuring her arm and hip. When a doctor tried to intervene, the patient grabbed his throat and tried to choke him. Kelly has also been the victim of an assault while on the job.
I wasn't able to work for 3 months. She almost dislocated my shoulder, and I couldn't even use my left arm.
The injuries can be serious. We looked through workers' comp claims filed by healthcare workers in Jackson County over a 5-year period. The most came from the Center for Behavioral Medicine in Kansas City, including one nurse who suffered gunshot wounds and 2 others, quote, struck repeatedly in the head by patients, causing head, brain, facial, and dental injuries.
But our investigation found many of these attacks go unreported. Some nurses believe violence is just an unavoidable part of the job. Others worry about backlash from their employer. That's why the head of the Missouri Nurses Association would like to see some type of mandatory reporting system for workplace violence.
There's so many variables out there, and we don't have a good system for tracking that right now. They don't want their hospitals making headlines that, oh, a nurse was victim of a assault. Too many headlines like that. You don't want to maybe go there.
Violence contradicts a hospital's image as a safe haven, and our investigation found a huge discrepancy in assault reports. For instance, police did not find any reports this year at Olathe Medical Center, St. Luke's, and Truman Medical Center. At Shawnee Mission Medical Center, police responded to 7 assaults, including one nurse attacked twice within weeks. And at the University of Kansas Hospital, there have been 38 different assaults against staff.
I didn't become a nurse to go to court and testify against people. I became a nurse to help people.
Andrea Jones pursued legal action after a man threatened her inside of KU Hospital 2 years ago.
I had a patient tell me that he was going to kill me, kill the staff of my unit, kill my coworker as he walked out to his car, and put a knife in the belly of a pregnant coworker.
A threat that luckily wasn't carried out. So is the University of Kansas Hospital more dangerous than other locations, or are they just taking a harder look at the problem?
The overall stress that's on people is greater, and so these things are occurring more often.
Hospital officials tell us there are often warning signs before a patient lashes out. Last year, KU Hospital started using a behavioral response team with psych nurses like Jeannie Fair, available by pager 24/7 and trained to diffuse threatening situations before they escalate.
It happens in hospitals everywhere.
Other proposals for avoiding workplace violence at hospitals include a constant presence of armed police or security, screening for weapons at hospital entrances, and more panic buttons like this in ER rooms.
I mean, even dialing 911, you still have to wait for somebody to answer the phone. This way, we can actually get somebody on the way, and we know they're on the way quickly.
We risk our lives every day.
Gina says she's watched talented nurses leave the profession because of the stress, but she's determined to keep fighting for a job she loves.
Me walking away and saying I'll just take a job somewhere else, that's the coward's way out, and it's not going to fix things for the next nurse.
The Missouri Nurses Association pushed for legislation this year that would put healthcare workers in the same protected category as police and first responders. That means an assault against a nurse or doctor would be an automatic felony. But Mark and Krista, that bill stalled this year because there were some other professions that wanted to be included in the bill, so they might give it another go in an upcoming legislative session.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know. I know some nurses who have faced this themselves, and they felt, honestly, they told me that they felt that the hospital didn't back them up. Do people report this, or do they fear that they're not going to get the backing of the hospital management?
And we heard a lot of varied responses, but overwhelmingly, yeah, they were nervous about coming forward. I contacted more than 24 nurses for this story who I found in those crime reports, and they were not interested in talking on camera about this at all. Now, we did send a list of questions to all the hospitals we mentioned in our report, and we have their unedited responses to safety and how these incidents are reported on our website at NBCActionNews.com, so you can go there and check those out.
All right.
Right.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks.